Hello everyone, welcome back to Octopath Traveler, which should be the final stream for Octopath. Because last time, as we get this switched over here, we finished all the character stories. Credits ran, the whole thing. But we're not done just yet. Because, as you may remember from when Boris streamed this a while ago and then quit, and then when I streamed it a year later, there's actually one boss left. And you have to do some side quests to get it, so let's keep doing on these ones. Here's this totally not evil woman, also wearing black and gold with red eyes. And here's this dude, this just random dude who worships her. Yeah, Alphys, you fucking suck. You don't even have a unique sprite. The first quest for his is in Therion's first town, but he's not part of that chapter. Oh, this fag wrote some poetry. So you know what? He's really just horny and lonely. So let's find a woman to give this poetry to, so he'll stop chasing around the clearly evil woman. Not even gonna use any of this stuff, but give me it. No, you look like a dumb woman who will fall for some flowery words. Hey, listen to this poem. Yeah, Blind, she's totally not evil. I'm sure the quest title Daughter of the Dark God is just a coincidence. I mean, all we really needed to do was make Lilac leave and move on. We don't really need to finish this side quest. Yuts, her name is Nira. It's not Flora. Oh, and look, Lab Black found a man too. Everyone's happy. But that's good for her. Next up, we need to go... here, Moonstruck Coast. Now, if you remember a long, long time ago, right at the beginning of this, outside of Boulder Fall, we helped a man named Kit. And then a little while later, we helped him join the circus. Let's go see how Kit's doing.
'Tis a good day for battle.
Out of my way. No, you don't.
I'll not be defeated. No, you will not.
Victor! With each battle, I grow stronger.
Kit, who's on a journey of the world looking for his father. And is a name we actually saw come up from, that last little bit of lucid writing that Red Eye was able to put out before it went fully insane.
I will battle.
Cat. I don't even need it, but cat.
My turn now. Huh? May the sacred flame shine forth.
And that's that.
Too bad Ophelia's not a dancer anymore. I totally would have rolled Bewilder and Grace on that. No, not really. Basically nothing fucking helps for leveling at this point except for Bewildering Grace. It takes exponentially more every single fucking time you level past level, like, fucking 70.
However,
anyway, Kit here wants to do something nice for the circus before he leaves. So he needs some lapis to repaint their sign. Yeah, when I did grinding last time, it was just in the Forest of Purgation, because that's just the highest leveled area. This time, though, I used the, Maw of the Ice Dragon. Because there's only, like, 4 encounters that can happen there, which means a higher chance of cats appearing. And all 3 cats can appear there. What's kind of annoying is the cats aren't really tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. They all give just, like, bigger amounts of one of the 3 results. So one of them gives more experience, one gives more money, one gives more job points. Oh yeah, don't worry, I stole it from some nerd in Grandport. Yeah, grinding past a certain point is pretty fucking annoying. That's why I didn't do it the first time I played. So I think the first time I got my main 3, so it was just Therian, Cyrus, and Ulbrich, were at like 70, the rest were low 60s. It was not fun. Oh, well, good for you, Kit. There's a woman who's looking for you, and she knows something about your father. Real unfortunate the Kit won't tell us what his last name is. Anyway. Where do we need to go? Swarky, that's where we need.
Let us fight with honor.
I'll do my best, huh? May the sacred flame shine forth! I am not made for such battles.
See, I did it at the lower level because I was super well optimized for it. Using basically this build that I have right now.
This is the beginning of your end.
My turn now, huh? May the sacred flame shine forth! I am not made for such battles.
And even then, everything can still go wrong.
I will battle. I'll not be defeated. No, you will not!
The battle. I will cut you down! With each battle, I grow stronger.
It's more just because Ophelia's a thief, she keeps going first. Because, although, like, Therian should be going before them. Fucking 600 speed. Actually, she's a thief, but she's still the fucking slowest person in this party. I don't know why she keeps going first. Anyway, hello, circus person. There is a skill to go first. She doesn't have it. Well, there's a bad monster around here, and some random traveling swordsman is gonna deal with it. Oh, it's this loser. I do like that it uses this monster here as a little bit of a trial run. Also, just so you can see here what people have for skills they have. The builds are basically the same, just depending on whether they are going to be dealing physical damage or elemental damage. So, like, Primrose and Tressa both have this exact skill set up. Hanet, Therian, and Ulbrich all have this skill set up. And then the two supports, Alpha and Ophelia, both have this. Show goes on, patience, and everyone has saving grace. Saving grace is way too fucking useful. Overheal is way too fucking necessary to deal with any of the bigger fights in this game. Yeah, I like how they use this fight. Basically, like, if you can't do this, don't go to the final dungeon. Hello, Zella. This is Octopath Traveler.
You ready for this?
The very end of Octopath Traveler.
Slow down.
I'll do my best. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Victory shall be mine. Ha!
Now, what next?
A great inferno to scorch the land.
Now then. The dog bites hard.
Yes, Blind. To do the first part of his side quest, you need to beat him up.
I see through your defenses.
My turn now.
What you do doesn't actually matter.
I need this power.
Now, what next?
So much to learn.
My turn now. Huh? Huh? Prepare yourself.
Nah, just
No, you will
don't
not.
do
Have at
anything.
My blade is unbending! I wreak havoc upon thee! With each battle, I grow stronger.
Just shy of that second damage cap. Although I will say this boss isn't actually a good judge of the strength of the final dungeon. That thing only has 30,000 health. All of the bosses in the final dungeon have over 100,000. Yeah, so why are you guys out here in the middle of nowhere anyway? Well, Kit's on his way to meet this woman. And Alpha's found out that Liblak's off to meet her man. And they're both headed to Hornburg.
It's like this.
It's a little lame that it's just a fast travel point. I wish there was a route you could take, but... Nope, here's the final side quest, because I've done all of the other side quests in the game. This is effectively a 100% run, even if I didn't do most of these side quests on stream. But our last side quest, at Journey's End. Before we do that, though, just stop and Everhold. Don't think I'll need any of these, but I might as well grab a couple more. No reason not to max out on these. What's next? I don't know. I'm gonna talk about that more at the end of the stream, but we'll get there. I'm fucking running out of things to replay, so we'll have to, it'll get to a point where I'll let chat make another decision, but without actually telling chat what they're picking. Because that's always fun. That led to some great games like Warriors All-Stars. Anyway, time to go to Hornburg. This should look a little familiar. This is where Ulbricht's flashback is. He fights some soldiers down here, then he comes up here, and he loses the fight to Earhart, and Earhart kills the king. Pay no attention to those really low detailed mountains. That doesn't look right. Yeah, the problem was I put it on the poll, and I put it with a tagline, or a name that just meant people were going to pick it. Also, there's no enemies here, so we're fine. No, you can't enter the tent. There's nothing here. No items to pick up, nothing. But, if we just go a little bit to the left, after where that was, you'll see this giant evil-looking gate. How did they not notice this? Also, it's cracked open. That's an issue. To be fair to Ulbrich, he was a little busy the last time he was here. His brother had just betrayed him, and his king was dead.
Is that so?
Also, really, everything in this final bit should be voiced, and I don't know why it isn't.
Indeed.
Is something the matter?
Oh, forgive me.
Yes.
What have we here?
More just to stop whatever's going on. We don't really care about Kit all that much.
However, I think not. The Gate of Finis. I leave it to you. Fareth thee well.
They wrote a lot of voice lines, or they recorded a bunch of lines for Liblac and just don't use them well. I don't know why. Can we not just close the gate? Just push it really hard? Oh, cool, and I just got the achievement for visiting every single area. You can change your party here if you need to, but I don't need to. For these fights, I'm going to be using these four. So we have 8 black flames here. Doesn't take a genius to figure out they correspond to the 8 party members, and in a certain order. So we're gonna start from top left and go through. I am ready.
I will not fail.
I'll not be defeated. Bring about a miracle of healing.
The battle is truly joined.
My turn.
Try this!
Now we're the shot.
What is the logical course of action?
A great inferno to scorch the land.
The battle is truly joined.
So yeah, if you can't tell by now, all of these fights are going to be shadow versions of bosses we fought through the character stories.
The dog bites hard.
His name is even Matthias with a question mark. But it doesn't matter, because he's dead.
So much to learn.
A lot of HP.
I see through your defenses.
Well then. No, you will not. I'll do my best. Huh? Prepare yourself. Pardon me.
Have at you. My blade is unbending.
I actually don't remember if they're all weak to light. I don't think so.
Windhild fights with us. With each battle, I grow stronger.
I do like how they just don't give money. It's like, once you're at this point, you don't need money anymore. Is it possible? Sure. When I fought, the fucking tiger on the road there, I dealt 9-9, like, 7-8-3 damage. So I was just a couple hundred, like, points of damage off from second damage cap. Anyway, after you fight all of these, each of these bosses, you get a bit of a lore dump. From the Diary of Matthias, Prophet of the Accursed Flame. Once, I too believed in the teachings of the Sacred Flame. I led the people in its light as a servant of the Church. No one could have doubted that I was anything but a pious believer in those days. When I look back upon it now, it all seems so painfully foolish. When was it that I first began to doubt the flame? Perhaps it was after I met Lilac. But no, that was but the catalyst to what was already growing within me. Even before Lilac appeared, those feelings had taken root in my heart. The small village whose church I had been appointed to was destroyed in conflagration. Can't talk. Started by a capricious strike of lightning. The flames spread before we even knew what was happening. Before we knew it, we were engulfed in hell's fire. Countless were lost to the flames, even the innocent young children who had loved so dearly. Even back then, priests were touching kids. Ophelia really took after the church. They'd committed no sins. They did not deserve to have their flesh seared and their bones turned to ash. So I prayed to the flame. Probably a bad idea when everything's on fire. I prayed and prayed that their lives would be spared. Fool that I was, even after they were dead and gone, I believed that if I prayed hard enough, they might return to us, that a miracle might occur. And so, I offered up every scrap of faith that I had, until at long last I realized the truth. Believing in the sacred flame and praying to it would not bring about a miracle. And if my faith could not bring me and those that I love succor in our time of greatest need, then it was worthless. It did not matter to me if the power I needed was forbidden. I would use that power for the force of good and bring about miracles. That was the true faith to which my eyes were finally open. It was not something I had been tricked into by another. I had reached enlightenment. It was only fitting that such a revelation came to me, the one true savior. While Lilac might not have been responsible for my enlightenment, I am still grateful to her. After all, she's the one who granted me the blessing of 100 years free from aging. The dark secrets written in that tome can allow a man to cheat death, and I owe her a debt for sharing them with me. It's actually mentioned almost nowhere else. Lilac also did that for Simeon, the guy from Primrose's story. I gained eternal life, or close enough, as a true savior should. I then took it upon myself as my duty to save as many people as I could with the power granted to me. And so I set out to kindle a darker flame in our realm. If the sacred flame could be weakened, yet more of Galdera's accursed power would seep through the Gate of Finis, and I would be able to claim even greater strength for myself. I hid myself away from those in the church who wished to stop me, but the long march of time was my ally. It wore away the lives and memories of any and all who once knew me, and until it was as if my face had been washed away like words writ in sand. None who still live would remember me as an apostate to the church. With enough leaves, all things are possible. Even obtaining a new name is little challenge. And so I worked my way back into the church's graces as the traitor Matthias. Even the venerable Archbishop Joseph did not suspect me for a moment. Every step of the way, fate has shown me that I am in the right. I was able to uncover Galdera's altar because I am right. I was able to use a fragment of Galdera's power to bring about a miracle because I am right. I could become the savior of Whispermill and command its people to do my wishes because I am right. With Simeon as my ally, I never wanted for money nor power. The Obsidians served me well, whether they knew it or not. Simeon claimed never to have spoken of me to the others. I know not if he meant to use me as a secret weapon against the others if the need ever arose, or if it was simply that he didn't trust me, but it hardly mattered. After laboring for so many decades, the time had come at last. I had succeeded in debilitating Archbishop Joseph with the poison the Obsidians provided me. It was a beautiful poison, and no one would ever suspect it was anything but a natural death. All that remained for me to do was to cast a dark shadow on the heart of Liana, the next flamebearer, and the sacred flame would soon burn black. That is what was meant to be. That is what was about to be. But no. Damn it all to the furthest reaches of hell. The culmination of all I had worked for was mere inches away, so close I could feel the kiss of the accursed flame. Instead, it was all snatched away, that fire snuffed out to leave me in utter darkness and despair. I am the savior. I was meant to bring Galdera's flame to the world. Why should I be left in this black hell? It's dark here. The blackness. It's all-consuming, darker than 1,000 starless nights. Please, someone, anyone, bring me some light. No way, fag. I know I normally don't read out dialogue during
Stop
streams.
Here and now.
I always feel like that's just kind of a bad thing for lack of a better word for Let's Plays, but I don't know, it feels right here.
I appreciate it. Really?
Now then. Anger not the tiger.
Well then. Bring about a miracle of healing.
don't want to
I
break
will not
him
be defeated.
just yet.
I'll bring down those defenses.
I see through your defenses.
Have at you. Stiletto of steel.
But yeah, this, like, if you haven't been paying attention up until this point, this is when all of the side quests and all the different stories are more forcefully in your face, like, matched up together. Oh, the skeletons aren't weak to light.
Well then,
Skeletons, what the fuck are you weak to? Ah, whatever.
no, you will not. I'll not be defeated. Huh? Here I go. Pardon me.
My turn. I'm ready. Are you? Time to steal the show.
Now then, my blade is unbending! I wreak havoc upon thee!
There we go.
The thrill of the fight!
Gonna be a good amount of reading in this one, unfortunately. In just the stream in general. I know that was a very popular thing when Nier was happening. From the Diary of Headmaster Yvonne of the Royal Academy. It was 15 years ago when I first learned of that tome. The headmaster's chair was but a dream to me in those days, when my prize student Lucia brought a young woman to me. The woman told me that I was the best suited to the position of headmaster, that there was no knowledge, no position that should be off limits to a man of my ability. And so she taught me many things, one being the existence of an ancient tome containing the long-forgotten secrets of old. There are several volumes of forbidden writings in Atlasdom's great libraries, and no eyes but the headmasters are allowed to look upon them. The tome in question is one of these. It's the last extant track of the legendary sage known as Salomon, whose name lives on in history through the land of his birth, the kingdom of Bernstein. It's long since been forgotten. Long has it been said that he who can decipher its true meaning will obtain power over even life and death. It's been a long day today, not a great time for all this reading. The current headmaster is not worthy of such knowledge. What he lacks in intellect only pales to what he lacks in character. I cannot depend on him. I would depend on you. She wished to decipher the secrets of the tome and share its knowledge with the worthy alone. Thus, a great scholar was needed, one who would be able to fully understand the arcane truths within the tome. The doddering fool who now serves as headmaster could never do such a thing, but a genius such as you, Yvonne. Surely you, of all the scholars in the realm, are up to the task. Yes, that's how she persuaded me. It was true that I bore little resemblance to the former headmaster, who was interested in nothing but his studies, and whose only praiseworthy trait was his tenacity in that single-minded pursuit. But I was different. I knew that knowledge was worth its weight in gold, and more critically, my intellect far outstripped his. How could the idiots around me fail to realize this? This woman told me that the then headmaster, holding a lofty office, had done so little to deserve was tantamount to sin, and I agreed. When she asked me if I could remove him, I assured her that it would be the simplest of tasks. And so, I had him assassinated just as she wished, leaving not a trace of the evidence behind to incriminate myself. Shortly after, I ascended to the headmaster's seat in his place. I encountered the strange woman only once more after that day. When I reported to her that I had murdered the former headmaster, she flashed a chilling smile and simply replied, "So you did." Then she walked away, never again to appear before me. Perhaps removing that man was all she wanted of me after all, I thought. It was no matter. The tome was in my grasp, and I immediately set myself to uncovering its secrets. All the rumors I heard were true. It was a work of staggering genius. With Lucia as my assistant, I was able to obtain other rare and ancient texts from that woman, even if I never saw her again. Yes, everything was going just as I'd planned, and power beyond the imagination was finally within my reach. How did it all come to this? Damn that accursed Lucia! Damn that heartless, conniving witch! How did I not see? She meant to use me from the very start. I was the one who unlocked the secrets. I who constructed the basic theories of how to effectively control life and death. And as soon as I had done that, she had no more need for me. That's why she gave me a flawed blood crystal and led Cyrus right to me, so that she could dispose of me without dirtying her own hands. You despicable, loathsome, hateful woman. Death has not cooled my fury, but only fueled it to greater heights. Curse you! Curse you and that unholy witch you brought to my side. May that deceitful Lucia burn for all eternity. May that foul witch Lilac be banished beyond the farthest reaches of hell. Yeah, Yvonne's story is just a long bit of I'm a genius, oh no. Well, next up is... So this boss is supposed to be Tressa's. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, all of the bosses are actually weak to light. Tressa really didn't have a boss to represent her story, because hers, well, it should have just been Esmeralda, but...
Slow down. An interesting dilemma.
Lux Conjurer!
The battle is truly joined.
Well then,
Yeah, this is the boss from Tressa's Chapter 3. All of the podiums are in character order. So the for like the order for Octopath. So the first one was Ophelia, then Cyrus, this is Tressa. Next up is Ulrich.
oh sacred light!
Out of my way.
I see through your defenses.
I'll not be defeated. No, you will not!
The battle is truly joined. Ha!
Yeah, that makes sense, Buttfield. She doesn't actually kill anyone
I'll not
else.
be defeated.
Esmeralda's still alive, she just got arrested.
Here I go! Pardon me.
The battle is truly joined.
Well, there was a sinister plot, just only in her Chapter 4. Because they wanted to steal the journal.
My blade is unbending! Windhill fights with us! With each battle, I grow stronger.
Yeah, no, Tressa's story was more just about the adventure. Hers has, like, hers and Elfin's have the least just going on in general. But it does actually give us this stuff about Graham. Because that guy who wrote Tressa's journal, who is Alphin's apothecary hero, he might matter a bit more than you might think. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, part the first. Grave tidings reached me as I passed through Victor's Hollow in my travels. My beloved's condition had worsened. I knew my journey must be brought to a swift conclusion, lest I be too late in the end. I made up my mind to sail across the verdant deep. The final ingredient I required was the pinion of an ogre eagle, the most fearsome beast of the sky. They are said to make their home in the forest of Roubaix, beyond that vast emerald sea. When I arrived at the harbor, there was only one ship to be found. It was a grand one, no mistaking that, but the captain was none other than Leon Bistrale. I recognized him at once, of course. Who could travel these lands without hearing a tale or 10 of that dread pirate captain, the very mention of whose name would set even the bravest sailor's heart pounding and palms sweating? Knees weak, mom spaghetti. Yet I found the man himself to be quite different from the one spoken of in legend. Captain Leon Bistrale stood at the helm of a merchant trader, which was preparing to hoist sail at the very moment I came upon it. I told him of my haste and implored that he let me aboard. "I'm afraid I don't let just anyone aboard my ship," he told me, and I felt as though I were being put to some kind of test. It was clear that this was a man who did not easily place his trust in others. My coin purse as impoverished as my hopes, I held out the only thing of value I could offer: my journal. "This is the most valuable of my possessions," I explained. "Within it you'll find a record of every region of this vast continent, every town I've visited, and every path I've tread. Surely such knowledge is worth the trouble of having one more body aboard your ship for this voyage." After all, what need had I of such a log then? My journey was nearly over. All that remained was to obtain the final ingredient and hasten home to my beloved side. Captain Leon gave a boisterous laugh and gestured me onto his ship with a grin. "You'd have me believe the leaves of that old books are worth more than are more valuable than the leaves in my coffers. You must have had quite the journey. I wouldn't mind hearing it, as you swab my decks," which sounds a little gay. As the ship tossed aboard the stormy sea, my thoughts drifted ahead of the winds to where my wife awaited me. I could see her face in my mind so clearly that it felt as though it was only minutes ago that we were parted, not countless moons. And I prayed that the flame would guide me back to her while that gentle smile still graced her lips. "It's almost finished at last, my love. Pray wait for me just a little longer." I know not what has become of my journal since I parted ways with Captain Leon. But looking back, I'm relieved that it left my hands when it did. Surely it's better that my final entry ended with some traces of hope, rather than the bitter pill I would eventually find at journey's end. Alright, next up, Ulrich.
I cannot fail.
And it's Werner.
The battle is truly joined.
Lux Conjurer.
Help, I'm being oppressed.
Slow down.
That's actually really annoying.
Well then. Oh, sacred light!
My turn.
No, he had that effect during the battle with him as well. It's what gives his sword the chance to inflict terror when he attacks. It was just also black in that battle.
I see through the defenses.
The battle is truly joined.
Elemental break.
I'll do my best. No, you will not. I'll do my best. Prepare yourself. Elfric, bringer of the flame.
My focus is unparalleled. Lux Conjurer. Lux Conjurer.
Cyrus can do a lot of damage too.
Thus ends your lesson.
A little bit more setup and he can do even more, but that requires fucking around with BP builds, and I don't actually have a ton of BP items to throw around. Well, I can fortunately use the fucking debuff, the attack debuff, which is just annoying to deal with. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have any nuts that I was waiting to use. From the records of Lord Werner of Riverford, Hornburg will fall. I still remember her smile as she said those words. It was a score of years ago now, mayhap more. A simple sellsword I was then, when she came to me with a sack full of leaves and dark promise in her eyes. She knew as well as I did that I had far greater aspirations than selling my sword for coin. But coin would have to be a start, and what a start she offered me. Not only the leaves to free me from another man's employ, but as much as I asked for to invest in my plot and establish the connections I would need. The life I'd always dreamed of was finally in my grasp. I could use her. I could use her to get all the things I'd ever wanted, or so I thought. And so I took the girl up on her offer and began my plot to bring down an entire kingdom. I would need men if I were to accomplish anything, so I created my own sellsword company. The Black Brotherhood, I called them. I spent 3 years doing nothing but gathering information on Hornburg. Then, using what I had learned, I began to systematically remove any obstacles that might stand in my path. I used that girl's connections to make my company of sellswords very much in demand in Hornburg. I took the worst of the lot, those with no scruples and nowhere else to go, and made them out to be bandits and thieves. I set these villains to attack the borders of Hornburg, and then my Black Brotherhood would turn them back. It was quite the performance. Other armies didn't stand a chance at beating us to the site of each battle. The skirmishes all took place far from the heart of Hornburg. We knew ahead of time exactly where they would happen. Since the foes we faced in these battles were in fact our own men, it was an easy feat to give the appearance of a crushing defeat. Through this farce, the Black Brotherhood won the hearts of the people living in those borderlands. Ingraining myself with the families of these borderlands, I used their introductions to buy trust among many powerful houses of Hornburg. The tales of the Black Brotherhood had spread throughout the realm by then, and I used that woman's money freely to strengthen my ties to powerful men within Hornburg and without. Still, King Alfred was well beloved by his people and his bannermen. It would be no small feat to win their hearts away from him. In which case, things would become much easier if he were simply not in the picture. Hornburg would not last long without the people's love for their liege binding them together. And so my eyes landed on Erhard, who held a bitter hatred for the king within him. I had him appointed as a member of the king's own guard, so that he could be in the perfect position to do the deed. All that remained to be done was to give Erhard the chance that he was all too eager to seize. Mixing lies and truths, I lit a fire among the strong young warrior I befriended. I could spout any lie and it would not have mattered. Humans care little for facts, they believe what they want to believe. In the end, it took me just 12 short years to bring Hornburg to ruin. After the kingdom fell, I decided the time had come to settle my accounts with that woman. I disbanded my company, having no more need for sellswords, and used the riches I had accumulated to buy myself the lands and status that would see me through my remaining days. To tell the honest truth, this was not easy. I could have gained even more had I remained at that woman's side. She could provide me with wealth and power beyond any human's wildest dreams. But to pursue this any further would be madness. Perhaps I was already mad to serve so long at her beck and call to bring down a kingdom. She was beautiful, there can be no doubt of that, But did I desire her, even for a moment? No. For within that attractive trapping was evil. Pure evil, intent on bringing humanity to ruin. If a man dared touch any part of it, his own flesh would rot and fall away. She was a lethal poison. She was a witch. And so I cut myself off from her completely and did not look back. Funny though, is it not? In the end, I could not escape her. She brought about my ruin as surely as if I had indulged her poisonous touch. For in the end, just as I felled Hornburg, it was Hornburg's last night who laid me low. These journals are written, like, after the characters die, which is weird. Yeah, Werner, he at least knew enough to not stick his dick in crazy. Anyway, that was Ulbrich, so here is Primrose.
I will not lose to you.
And of course it's Simeon.
The battle is truly joined. Out of my way!
Now, what next? So much to learn.
That's a little annoying.
No, you will not.
My turn. I see through the defenses.
Victory shall be mine.
Doesn't really matter what he does.
Elemental break.
I'm ready. Are you?
Time to steal the show.
Have at you. My blade is unbending. I wreak havoc upon thee. With each battle, I grow stronger.
Get wrecked, nerd. He should have had the puppets. This really could have been, like, it should have been something from Simeon's perspective, because he has a weird backstory. In Everhold, you learn of a tale of, like, ancient kingdom that existed in Everholds, but the fucking, like, warring princes won because the other prince just went missing. The missing ancient prince, who, like, should have won that conflict, was Simeon. He went missing because he met Lilac, and she granted him the same extended life that she granted to Matthias. Anyway, from the diary of Lord Geoffrey Azelhard. I kept my faith. I stayed true to my convictions until the end. Several years before my death, a shadow fell upon my dear noble court. A shadow known as the Obsidians. They brought with them sweet words and false promises, but I would not lend them my ear. Once they came to understand that I would not be swayed to their way of thinking, they came after my life time and again. I would not allow myself to be daunted. I dug deeper into their truth to uncover their intentions, their ties, and the mastermind behind their villainy. And my search eventually led me to learn of the Gate of Finis. In the end, I was murdered by the men who caught wind of my discoveries. Yet I do not regret my actions. I lived true to the words of my house, and I did all that I could for the sake of my people. My sole regret is that I have left Primrose alone to pick up the pieces of this broken life I left behind. My precious daughter should not have to bear such a burden on her shoulders. Primrose, you stood before my grave and told me, did you not? that you would live true to what I had taught you. You're strong, my daughter. You found your own cause and purpose, and that purpose you found was the continuation of my very own. You carried on in my footsteps and finished what I started. My dear Primrose, when I think of how much you must have suffered all alone, all I can do is beg you to forgive me. Now the time has come for you to lay down your burden and rest. It is time you forget about me and find happiness, a happiness of your own this time, for I will always be with you. Don't mention at all about, oh, it's a shame you had to, suck dick for money for like a decade. I guess he just didn't watch that stuff. Can't blame him. Alright, next up, Alphen.
I will not fail. Now then, out of my way!
My turn.
Well then.
What is the logical course of
Aren't
action?
to Holy, huh? Or Light.
Venta
Whatever.
Sulta.
I see through the defenses.
What is the logical course of action?
Venta Sulta.
I'll not be defeated. No, you will not.
Have at you!
I'll not be defeated.
He already defended. God damn it. It doesn't matter. Do that again.
Bring down those defenses. I'll do my best. Prepare yourself. Pardon me.
Out of my way. I'm ready. Are you? Time to steal the show.
Now then, my blade is unbending! I wreak havoc upon thee! The thrill of the fight!
The biggest problem with the boss rush is there's no save between the boss rush and the final boss. So if you fuck that up, you have to do all of these fights over again. Yeah, no, Boris died on the final boss, on the first part of the final boss, and then saw he had to do the boss rush over again, and then gave up. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the Second. All hope was lost. My beloved was gone forever. I had finally finished the elixir, but it was too late. Mere days too late. My one true love had drawn her last breath just as I was racing back to her side, medicine in hand, and heart filled with renewed hope. For 3 days and 3 nights, I lost myself in tears. A river of tears too deep and raging for me to ford my way across it. It was after the funeral that the woman found me. Lilac, she called herself. In the depths of my anguish, my life bereft of all meaning, she asked me a simple question, terrible in its implications. Wouldn't you like to see your beloved once more? That insidious offer, a mere whisper in the wind, took hold of me. Try as I might, I could not close my ears to it. It would mean seeing my love even once more, that I would give my very life without regret. Lilac spoke of the Gate of Finis, which separates this world from the next. If I could find it and cast it open, I could bring my beloved back to my side. I had heard the legends before, of course, but for the first time I found myself desperate to believe them. Begging the help of one of Kit's companions, I set out to the southeast. It was a fool's journey, but what else remained to me but a fool's hope? On my way, I passed through the village of Clearbrook. There I came across a young boy, stricken with illness and lingering just outside death's door. Convulsions racked his small frame, and his skin was mottled with a purplish pox. I recognized the symptoms at once. How could I not? It was the same foul malady that stole my beloved from me. I felt the touch of fate in this meeting. Though I had not been in time to save my true love, I still carried the elixir I had labored so long to create. A remedy that could do nothing for her now. There was no doubt in my mind what I must do, and so I treated the boy with my medicine. When I looked at the boy's face, finally at peace and in calm repose, I saw my beloved again, and in her gentle eyes, I found forgiveness. I hope I can do that too someday. Such were the boy's words to me, when he was strong enough to speak again. He told me that he wished to follow in my footsteps and become a great apothecary. His words were a reward I never expected. In that moment, I felt as though my journey was perhaps not a fool's one after all. I left what remained of the elixir and the rest of my medicines behind with the boy, and I set out once more, turning my feet again to the gate of Finis. Little did I know that I was making the greatest mistake of my life. So yeah, that just kind of confirms Graham is Kit's father. Anyway, 2 more to go. Therion's boss.
I don't think this one will listen to reason. An interesting dilemma.
So of course it's Darius. There's no other boss that would really fit for him.
Lux Conjurer! The battle is truly joined.
My turn.
No, and it still affects him as well. It's just that Therion has fucking insane evasion.
I appreciate it. Really?
I meant to use
Well
like
then.
Gold Trap. Ah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Bring about a miracle of healing. Well then.
No, it doesn't matter what you do, so just do that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Really?
Victory shall be mine. Out of my way!
Doesn't really matter what you do.
I'll not be defeated. I'll bring down those defenses. I'll do my best. No, you will not. I'll not be defeated. Prepare yourself. Pardon me.
The battle is my blade is unbending! Windhild fights with us! With each battle, I grow stronger.
Get fucked, Darius. From the records of House Ravis. From the time of my first memories, I recall my father lecturing me on the origins of our house, on what it meant to be the head of House Ravis, and on what it was I was to give my life to protect. My father had heard the same from his father, and his father from his father before him. The House of Ravis is blessed with many treasures, and many who would covet them. To one born into the House of Ravis, such things are as natural and given as the blue of the sky above us. We are blessed with great treasures, and it's our duty to protect these treasures from those who would use them for ill. And among all these treasures, there was none other than the Dragonstones, and none greater than the Dragonstones. The Dragonstones were bestowed upon the first Lord Ravis by the legendary King Beowulf I of Hornburg, and they've been passed down in our family ever since. The stones are said to have come from a land far to the east, and they are worth far more than their weight in gold. But that is not where their true value lies. A power sleeps within them, and it makes them valuable beyond mortal comprehension. For the name Dragonstone is no simple fancy. The stones house the power of the great worms whose name they bear. It is said that the great sorcerer Odin Crossford used the power of the Dragonstones to seal shut the gates of Finis. Crossford had campaigned together with King Beowulf and aided him in the founding of Hornburg. My father, when he was still with us, once told me this. Power in itself is neither good nor evil. It is in the man who wields the blade who decides whether he fights for good or evil. That is why King Beowulf entrusted the stones to the man he trusted above all others, the loyal knight who would become the first lord of House Ravis. Great power can bring about boundless good, or unfathomable evil. It is the duty of our house to keep the Dragonstones safe, and protect them from those who would wield them for dark ends. Yet, given enough time, great power will always awaken a hunger in others who would claim it for themselves. Once the Dragonstones came to House Ravis, there was no end to those who lusted after them, not to mention our many other riches. Even kith and kin cannot be trusted to stand against such temptation. Once, a rumor reached my ears that suspicious parties were inquiring into the whereabouts of the stones, at the behest of my own relatives. It may be that those who sabotaged the carriage my wife and I were riding in did so at the bidding of my own blood. Oh, my poor Cordelia, what is to become of you? You are too gentle to ever doubt another. I fear that many will draw near to you, cloaked in the guise of kindness, and seek to deceive you. Cordelia, I can protect you no longer. No matter how I try to call out, my voice cannot reach you on the other side. Yet this I hope you know. Though a time may come when you are betrayed by one you trust, I believe your heart will not falter. You will not lose your faith in people, and this is for the best. But there are those truly worthy of your unwavering trust, and you will find them and keep them close at your side. I held on to such faith, and I was rewarded with a loyal companion worth 1,000 other men. Heathcote has been true to me in all things. Surely such a friend will appear before you, one worthy of your faith. And so I beg you, Cordelia, never stop believing in others, for it is this faith that will save you in the end. Yeah, you got it, Firearm. So basically, the guy who made the Dragonstones and sealed the Gate of Finis in the first place was a great mage whose descendants were Graham Crossford and now Kit. And that's why they were targeted by the Obsidians. Anyway, one more fight, and it's on us.
Will not fail.
And it's just the dragon.
My turn.
Slow down.
What is the logical course of action?
Lux Conjurer!
My turn now.
Yeah, it really should have been Red Eye.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
The battle is truly joined.
I'll not be defeated. Oh, sacred light.
I see through the defenses.
The battle is truly joined.
No, I wouldn't be able to. I was gonna waste a bunch of items to try and do something stupid, but...
then. Prepare yourself! Pardon me.
I'm ready. Are you?
Was not the attack I wanted to use.
Now, what next?
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
True lesson begins. Lux Conjurer.
The battle is truly joined. My blade is unbending! Windhild fights with us! With each battle, I grow stronger.
Alright, last one. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the Third. How could I have been so wrong? All I thought of was bringing my beloved back to the world of the living. When Lieblack told me such a thing could be done, I was all too willing to swallow her pretty words. The moment that I arrived before the gate, I felt a finger of ice run along my spine. Even if my mind had been slow to recognize it, my very body was repelled by that gate. Or, more precisely, by what lay beyond it. While I struggled to catch my breath, Lieblack sketched out a magic circle on the ground with practiced ease. As she traced each twisted line and rune, her hand never faltered. How many times must she have prepared for this moment in her heart of hearts? It was at that moment that I realized just how much she had longed for this moment. How fiercely she had desired to see the dark ritual to completion. Only by this ritual may the gate be opened. It will not be pleasant for you, but you must bear it if you wish to see your beloved once more. So Lieblack spoke as she led me to the center of the magic circle. As she began the ritual, the first thing I felt was a great pain that struck my entire body at once. It was followed by such a strange sensation like nothing I'd ever experienced. I felt myself stretching and swelling from the inside out. From the corner of my eye, I saw my own hand change into something foreign and awful. And then, the fear. Lieblack watched my transformation with a glow in her eye. It was then I knew this ritual was not intended to open the gate and bring my wife back to me. Yes, I know what truly lies beyond the gate of Finis. That horror is what Lieblack sought to bring back to our world, and I was to be the vessel. I'd be lying if I said I had no idea this was coming. My conversations with Lieblack had led me to suspect that this ritual would not work for just anyone. It seemed that she needed my blood, the blood of House Crossford, descended from an ancient line of sorcerers. That is why I must be the one to prevent her plan from succeeding. For if I fail, she will only turn her sights upon my dear Kit. No, that I cannot allow. So while I realized before the end what Lieblack intended, I continued to accompany her in her aims so that I could see the truth of the ritual for myself, and foil it however I could. Little did I know that I was dealing with a power far, far beyond any mortal's control or conception. I felt my own sense of self growing faint and distant, and something else entirely filling me. Still gay. I resisted it with all that I had, but that presence... To that thing, a being like myself, a fragile human spirit, could be crushed as easily as an insect beneath your heel. Then, just before my mind was completely consumed by the darkness, I saw the smiling faces of my wife and son one last time. I screamed. The memory of my wife gave me the power to resist at that last critical moment. I imagine Lieblack herself did not think I would ever strike back at her, but I had already grown far stronger than I had been as a man. Even when I had only managed to land a single blow to her, it cut her deep. She staggered back and the ritual was interrupted. This is my chance. All I need do is chase after her as she flees and cut her evil at the root, bringing everything to an end. That is what I must do, but where am I going? Why am I turning into something else? Something less and less human. And so I wander the land without aim. There are periods of time I cannot remember. I come back to myself surrounded by destruction. No memories, but I know. It was me. These blackouts grow more frequent. They come for me now. No, stay your hand. I'm no monster. I'm a man. So yeah, that just basically says Lilac tried this ritual once before to directly bring what's sealed beyond this gate back into the world. Graham ran away at the last second, but it didn't do him any good. And he turned into Red Eye. So yeah, it's more and more obvious that Red Eye, he's not, they spell out he's not a monster, he looks like a deformed human. He uses one skill called Unholy Concoction, which I tried to get him to do, to hint that he's an apothecary. He leaves a message written for Kit. But, here we go. Boss rush down, all that's left is the final boss. That's supposed to be a moment. Yes, here we go. Form 2 parties for the final confrontation. So if you've just been using one team the whole time, you're in for a fucking rude awakening, because you have to use everybody in this fight. It is a 2-phase fight. Cyrus, you stay there. Ulbrich, you come here. Yes, that should be fine. Unfortunately, Hanet is kind of the most useless in this party, like out of all 8. But I should be good.
You.
And look at that, they actually put all 8 characters on the fucking screen at the same time. For the first and only time. Also, they're in proper Octopath order.
Why, yes. Kit. Just so.
Yeah, all of this has been done, pretty obviously at this point, to bring Galdera back to the world.
The Gate of Finis.
And they needed specifically somebody with Crossfur blood because it was that blood that sealed the gate in the first place. And they were able to seal the gate in the first place because they have some connection to the Dark God.
But in truth,
it's like, if you haven't connected the dots at this point, the game will just flat out spell them out.
and then...
Although, like, if you've gotten this far and couldn't connect the dots on your own, there's something wrong with you. Or you just refuse to even think about the story.
Oh. It begins. Father.
Yeah, like, she was called Daughter of the Dark God.
Galdera, my father.
Damn, bitch, you crazy. And then he ate her. I mean, they tried to say Galdero was the god of life and death. I think Galdero's the god of war. All it wants to do is eat.
I cannot fail.
I'll not be defeated. Bring about a miracle of healing.
So yeah, this thing hits really fucking hard.
If thou darest.
Also, you can see in that giant eyeball, as it fades a bit, Kit is in that eye.
Better than a snare.
Let's do this.
Right. Cannot be affected by that. Unfortunate. Might as well do that. I don't actually know if that'll, like, help, but... I did, right before the cutscene started. It told me to form 2 parties.
So much to learn. An interesting dilemma.
Lux Conjurer!
What next? Never missing.
Well then,
Yeah, the final boss theme is great.
I'll bring down those defenses. Let's do this. Catch me if you can. I'll not be defeated.
Yeah, that's... You should not be here right now, Hetzers. It's the final stream for Octopath, so you won't have to worry anymore.
Have this.
What next? Holding back nothing. Cowering before the Huntress.
Let's do this.
He did say, like, he was, like, just playing through it now, so... I'm willing to be a bit more lenient with that.
Phew. Time for a break.
An interesting dilemma.
Lux Conjurer!
What is the logical course of action?
Remember, only one of them is weak to light.
Lux Conjurer!
Yes, it's just that one. This is
the hunt
battle's a weird
begin.
mess of juggling, like, who's weak to what. And eventually weaknesses start to rotate too, which doesn't help.
Trying this.
Here I go! I summon Balazar, the Mage Knight! Well then. Prepare yourself! Elfric, bringer of the flame! Let's do this!
What is the logical course of action?
That's annoying.
Venta Solta! Venta Solta!
What next? Using this.
Well then. Have this.
An interesting dilemma.
Kind of don't want to go all in, but
Venta Solta! Venta Solta!
Letting the hunt begin.
yeah, so you can do that just to wipe your buffs, but luckily, you can't wipe the permanent
Better
buffs.
than a snare.
I'll not be defeated. I'll bring down those defenses. It's my turn now.
What should you do? Actually, do that.
For you. My turn. Here I go. Elfric, bringer of the flame. What to do? I won't hold back. I'll get my money's worth.
What next?
Wasn't actually worth all that investment, but
Raining arrows up on them.
An interesting dilemma.
Elemental Break! Elemental Break!
Ah!
An interesting dilemma.
giant eyeball. What are you?
My focus is
Well,
unparalleled.
let's gamble a bit.
Lux Conjurer. Lux Conjurer.
Letting my arrow fly and true. Using this.
My turn now. I'll bring down those defenses.
Everyone has permanent buffs in either magic attack and defense or physical attack and defense.
I won't hold back. I summon Balagard, the Mage Knight.
Letting my arrow fly and true. Coming. I wreak havoc upon thee.
I'll not be defeated.
Shit, I should have actually had her use that. Cyrus can deal more damage.
Let's do this.
Yeah, Rune Lord synergizes best with Merchant, which is why Rune Lord Tressa is so common.
Let me help.
I can't kill this round anyway, so...
What is the logical...
Now the true lesson begins. Lux Conjurer.
This thing has 500,000 HP.
Lux Conjurer.
Letting the hunt begin. Using this.
I'll do my best.
You don't need that, you already have it.
Bring about a miracle of healing. Here I go. I'll get my money's worth.
My focus is unparalleled. Lux Conjurer. Lux Conjurer.
What is the logical course of action?
Yeah, I dealt enough damage that I think I may have skipped a phase of this fight. Turn order being a different way would have been really helpful.
How about this?
Luckily, these items don't matter too much in the second
the
phase,
hunt
because
begin.
Alphen can do that better.
Yeah, coming. Cowering before the huntress.
Let's do this! I'll get that work. I'll not be defeated.
Yeah, she can't do, like, fucking jack dick for damage, so it doesn't matter what she does, really. Just throw out another... These.
Have this! I'll do my best. Here I go! Elfric, bringer of the flame!
Letting the hunt beginning. Better than a snare.
Here I go!
Now, what next?
Elemental Break! Elemental Break!
I'll do my best. There!
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Now, what next?
I was gonna try and do something stupid, but I don't have enough to actually build for it.
Lux Conjurer! Lux Conjurer!
Coming, if thou darest. This will help us.
Well then. Have this. It's my turn now. Yeah, time for a break. Well then. Now bring down those defenses. It's my turn now. I summon Balakar, the Mage Knight.
Fuck yeah, there we go.
How is that?
That fight's not even the hard one, though. Because turns out this entire time, we've been fighting its lower half. That was its giant weird eyeball penis. Now let's see what its face looks like.
Time for the main event. I am ready.
Fucking 99 shields. As soon as I saw the fucking shield counter in the demo where the first boss had like 6, I was like, the final boss is gonna have fucking 99.
The Panther Dance.
My turn. Slow down.
Oh, so yeah, Lilac is part of this. This is 4 parts. It's the face, sword, daughter, and body.
Bring it on! The miracle of health.
Victory shall be mine.
Drone.
I am ready. Sunlight, burn this place clean.
Victory shall be mine. Out of my way!
All right. Try this.
Let's do this! Time to steal the show.
I am ready.
Watch me now!
Steora, shine upon us.
All right. All righty. Dota, lend us your aid.
Now then, my blade is unbending! Windhild fights with us!
God, of course you needed to fucking buff their defense right before I did that.
Here we go. Try this.
Let's do this! Time to steal the show.
I am ready.
Watch me now!
Steora, shine upon us.
Here we go. Try this.
Have at you! My blade is unbending!
I mean, that dude likes that ship. That, like, there are weirder ones that I've seen.
Windhild fights with us!
Okay.
I am ready.
Watch me now!
May the stars pierce our foes.
Shit.
My turn. No, you don't.
Bring it on! Try this!
It needs to have a turn before it can start taking damage again. Oh, gross.
Victory shall be mine.
Alright. So taking out the actual bits of it went so much fucking smoother than it did when I tried last time. If you remember the first time I streamed this, that part of the fight, I almost died.
My blade is unbending! I think not.
Here we go! Alrighty! Doter! Lend us your aid!
The battle is truly joined. My blade is unbending! Windhild fights with us!
Slow down.
I am ready.
Watch me now!
Magnific stars, pierce our bows.
Dick.
Ye cats!
Yeah, so he just stole all of my BP and used it to essentially fucking buff himself. Ah, whatever, it's fine. Because I can do this. Because I set
Try
myself
this.
up smart ahead of time. Oh yeah, tough guy, you steal all my BP? I got it all back.
Have at you!
Eat my ass.
My blade is unbending! Windhild fights with us!
My turn. I see through your defenses.
I am ready.
Watch me now!
Steora, shine upon us.
Alright! Try this!
Victory shall be mine! My blade is unbending! Windhild fights with us!
He undid Alphen's buff, but while annoying, it doesn't fucking matter. Get fucked.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
God, that went so much smoother than both other times I've done this. Eat shit, Ultra Satan. Those fights basically could not have gone any better. Oh, we managed to save this guy too. I'm sure everyone's happy. Oh yeah, about that kid. We killed your father already. He was a monster turning people to stone. Oh yeah, another hint that it's less subtle, or it's more, yeah, it's a lot more subtle, but it's another hint that they're related. They have the exact same body sprite. They just have different heads. And they're the only characters in the game who have that sprite. Like, it's bullshit. The rest of the characters wouldn't care. It's bullshit that Alphen's not reacting to seeing Graham. Sure, but, like, he should, like, flinch at the very least. The sprite should react at all. Also, because Tressa was the lead of the first party who fought the eyeball penis, she's now our main character. See, it's all about the adventure. And there we go. At Journey's End, complete. Fucking 90 hours. Although a good amount of that was like me off-stream fucking around and even leaving the game idle for like 8 to 10 of those hours just because I was alt-tabbed and looking at something else. So your reward for doing all of that, by the way, is insulting. It's an equipment that makes it so you don't get into random encounters. That's it. That's all you get. You get that, and you get 100,000 leaves, which at this point in the game is fucking worthless. It's so you can go and complete any side quest that you haven't done, as if there are side quests you haven't fucking done at this point. Nah, I did everything. Alright, there is one last thing I want to see if I can get to trigger before we finish. Alphen, you better not fucking ruin this for me. Alphen, you motherfucker! I knew I should have left and found another fucking tavern. Son of a bitch, Alphen. Anyway, the one tavern banter that is all the women talking about their preferred men. Hannet just wants somebody stronger than her. Tressa wants somebody who's good with money. Ophelia rattles off like 30 different characteristics that are all like different aspects of the 4 male party members. And then Primrose just leaves before they force her to answer. No, it's not only in this town. This was just the closest tavern. And you need all 4 of them either in your party or, like, idle in the fucking tavern like this where Alphen could fucking ruin things for me. Like, you have to do, like, a dozen different, like, random encounters or going between maps and shit to trigger it. I can try and run around a bit just trigger. I have 45 minutes left, so it's not like I have fucking any other side quests to do. Yeah, Alphen's running an infomercial right now in this side quest, or in this Panzer. Well, Blind, if he's the Billy Mays, tell me when he's offering the big titty slot machine. And ruining things for me. Yeah, the continent's name is Orstera, which gets mentioned once or twice, it just never really matters. I don't remember the exact trigger for having to, like, what you exactly have to do to make it so you can get the next bit of travel banter, so might need to run around a bit. I might need to actually get into battles. I don't remember, though. Or if it's just, like, certain screen transitions. Oh, we'll see. That would have been a perfect way to end it, too. But no, Alphen had to go and fucking ruin things. Yeah, I remember it's it's not a tiny amount, so you have to run around a bit. And it might not count if you try and cheese it like that and just go back and forth. Whatever, I'm not gonna get into encounters so we can run around a bit. I got the drinking quest. I got the drinking game one. I want to get the other one. I also got the achievement for going to all the areas, which I thought I had already. I don't know, when I played it on PC last time, I may have skipped a few side quests, because that's when I was I rushed through the game, basically, just so I could get a build ready to do just the final boss. Let's see. I should really just give the fucking spurning ribbon to Ophelia if I'm gonna be doing this. She's the only one that doesn't leave the party. Nope, not good yet. I'm not actually keeping count to see how many different maps I'm going between, which probably isn't helping. Yeah, it's the one benefit to running around like this. Tressa can still be a Jew. Pick up every little coin she finds. That's part of the reason why so many people, when they played this the first time, they never had any money issues. They just had Tressa as their main character. And she just picked up fucking everything. That was a very common thing when people were playing this on V right when it came out. It's like, most of the threads, there were people who would pick Tressa as their main character. I don't know, Tressa can be useful if you build her right and you invest in her. She can fill the same kind of role that Cyrus can. Alright, no one else is here. There's still a chance this could get ruined, but let's see. Yep. Of course. You know what? Even as annoying as this is still less annoying than trying to steal something with an 80% chance and failing it 5 times. Also, this banter you learn, Tressa has a pet squirrel. Which actually shows up in her finish art. Well, she uses it to, like, work as a merchant, so it probably is. Tressa, no, you're not supposed to say that about her to her face. Alright, before we fucking run around and continue this again, let me just go double check something quickly. Okay. Just wanted to go double check. I do have to move between different areas, and it is 11 places. Yeah, I was just gonna get that one banter, beat somebody up, and then call it there, but no. No, you can't find Kit anywhere. At least I don't think so. I don't know, I'm just gonna give this one more try, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna say fuck it. And then we'll just go beat somebody up and call it there. Actually, I mean, while I'm running around and doing just fucking nothing, we can talk a little bit about what I have planned next. So, as I said earlier, I don't actually have anything concrete planned. I have a couple ideas, so I was gonna let chat decide. And as always, I like to give hints and not actually say the name of the game. And even if, honestly, like, because I haven't actually tested one of them, which I have a feeling is going to be the one you guys might pick, if I do test it later and find it's a bad idea, I'll probably just go back on that anyway. But, so, 3 different options. We have an old JRPG that I don't know, a remake of an old JRPG that I know a lot, or a very recent RPG that I know a lot. It's up to you guys which one of those you would want to see more. I'm personally of the mind that I prefer doing games I know over ones I don't. I feel, because as I mentioned before with, like, the bullshit with Let's Plays, I come from a time when if a Let's Play had anybody talking over it, it was either somebody who was really funny, or somebody who knew the game and had a lot of insightful things to say. Now, I'm not going to be funny, but I know the games that I play. Anyway, let's see here. There we fucking go. God damn, that shouldn't have taken so many tries. Yeah, that is fair, Tyler. That's what separates them from just streams like this. But I still fall back into that way of thinking a little bit, which is partly why, for example, I don't like reading dialogue out. Reading dialogue out in a stream like this has always struck me as like, oh, you just don't have anything better to say. Because you guys can read. Well, apparently never mind. You guys can't read. Yeah, originally they were just talking about their hometowns and food. Then Primrose needs to bring up romantic. No, Hana, it does not. Yeah, Primrose, did it take you this now to realize the 3 other women you're traveling with are virgins? Like, Tressa even had to ask you at one point what a brothel is. So yeah, Hana just wants somebody who's stronger than her. Yeah, only Ulbrich. Actually, I think in raw stats, Therian might be stronger than her, too. Tressa, no. It's a bad influence. Yeah, Ophelia just wants somebody who's nice. And then she's just gonna list 1,000 different specifications instead. Yeah, the most important thing is they need to be under 10 years old. Seems like Ophelia's thought about this a lot. Oh no, she doesn't want a child. She wants somebody taller than her. She's had her fill of children. Well, Tressa, she did this thing called she was a prostitute for a decade. She dealt with a lot of men. That's it. Tressa just wants a dude who doesn't return stuff. She just doesn't want to offer refunds. Tressa, stop being such a fucking Jew. Yeah, Primrose, you haven't said anything. And then she's just a coward and avoids the question. Yeah, just what's she wanting him in? She's just trying her hardest not to say penis. No, the path action one too will just take too long. Actually, don't know if she's here. Nope, she's not here anymore. God damn it. One last thing I want to do. There you are, bitch.
Tis a good day for battle. Have at you. How about this?
Liana, you're dumb as fuck, and everything that went wrong is your fault.
The Fire Blade is unbending! Windhild fights with us! The thrill of the fight!
I don't know why it's so funny just beating up random NPCs in this game. But goddamn is it amusing. No, and Eliza's not going to do anything to stop it either. Alright, with that though, that's what we'll go ahead and call this for the night. It took a while, but we finally managed to get through all of Octopath Traveler. It took longer than I expected, honestly. This game is very, very long. But god do I love it. It's not perfect. It's definitely got flaws. Especially, like, just not having interaction between the stories until the very end is so big of a problem. But it's still a really interesting, like, battle system. The music is fantastic. The art, while not everyone's cup of tea, I love. It's a great, like, just retro-style RPG. And it shows how much you can still do with that kind of aesthetic. But what should I play for music to close this out? Yeah, I think this is the credits theme. So you know what? I'll go ahead and play this over the stream to close this out. And I'm actually gonna open the poll for letting you guys choose what happens next. Like I said, the one of the options I haven't actually tested yet to see how well it streams. So I might just take that out myself after it. Oh, by the way, because autumn is starting this week and shit's getting moved around, Thursdays during autumn, I'm actually not going to be streaming. Boris is going to be doing Smish then instead. I don't know if he'll be doing it this week. He might start that next week. Either way, I'm not going to be streaming this Thursday, just so I can have some time to implying test. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you all for watching. Reminder, as always, that Doise is a bitch for quitting Radiant Historia and the Yakuza Marathon. And I'll see you all later.